How you doing, young lady? The feeling that you're giving really drives me crazy. You don't have a play about the choke. I was at a loss for words first time that we spoke.
Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. My name's Nicole and I post videos on here every Thursday and Sunday, primarily just Sundays though. But today's video is actually something I've been wanting to share with you guys for so long and I just didn't come around to it. I briefly showed you once before in a video, but this one is just solely going to be dedicated towards my Magic Kingdom itinerary and also my Animal Kingdom itinerary. So if you don't know, I believe this past end of May, my boyfriend and I went to Disney for the very first time and we went to Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom. And I made a very in-depth itinerary for both Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom, and I honestly just really wanted to share it with you guys. That way you can have a little PDF if you are going and don't really want to put as much effort, just because I really researched everything about everything. So I'm just going to scooch to the side and I will have it right over here, just a photo of the PDF. If possible, I will also have it in my description below, but I'm not entirely sure how I'll go about that. I'm just going to be referencing it on my iPad right now. So we're just going to be starting off with our Magic Kingdom itinerary. So essentially the park opens from 9 a.m. to 10. At least those were the hours when we attended. From our hotel, we stayed at the Grand Hotel in Orlando. I want to say it was like a 15-minute drive away from the park. I might be a bit off. It might have been like 20 minutes or so. In all honesty, I would not recommend that hotel. I would have gone elsewhere if I knew it, but it was just the cheapest thing at the time and we didn't really want to spend very much, so we just went with that option. But moving forward, I would put a little bit more money towards the hotel. I know you're just going to be sleeping there, but also just for safety purposes, we didn't necessarily feel the safest there. Nothing wrong with it, nothing happened. Just personal preference, we would have splurged a little bit more if we could have, but that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is the itinerary. Our shuttle times were 7:10 a.m. and then 8:30 p.m. So we only had 2 shuttle times, which were a very big inconvenience for us, just because we knew we would be exhausted. Yes, we were technically only there for 2 days in the park, but in terms of saving money, in terms of like Ubers and stuff, it would have been very nice to have a shuttle every hour, every couple hours, anything like that. That way we could have a little bit more flexibility if we got tired, wanted to head back to the hotel, and vice versa. So initially we were going to take the monorail to Magic Kingdom, but we actually ended up just taking the ferry boat, which was so beautiful. I cannot stress it enough. I loved it. I want to go back so bad. And we actually might go back to Disney in the near future. This video is actually sponsored, so I'm just going to quickly chat about them first and then we'll get into essentially the itinerary, but I figured why not mention this now. So if you guys are planning a trip to Disneyland or Walt Disney World, I know firsthand it can be super stressful and just very intimidating going about making reservations and all that sort of stuff. But the amazing part is that MouseDining actually reached out to me, and MouseDining essentially just removes all the frustration and they essentially take over making your reservation. So for any dining reservation that you might want in either Disneyland or Walt Disney World, MouseDining will actually alert you when time slots are available for the dining places that you prefer. So essentially you can select the restaurant, the date, the time, everything, and MouseDining will let you know when that becomes available and you can immediately go ahead, log on, and book it. And I wish I would have known about MouseDining sooner, just because I would have definitely signed up with them and they would have let me know exactly the date and time that availability opens for the restaurant and the place that we want. So Pat and I ended up going to Be Our Guest restaurant in Magic Kingdom, and then we also went to the Tusker House restaurant in Animal Kingdom, and both of those we got quite unlucky with the time slots, and I know it can be super frustrating trying to refresh it, trying to get the times that you want, and they just don't really budge. So MouseDining lets you know right on the dot the second time slots open, and without MouseDining you honestly would not know that the time slots are available, so it is fantastic. So all you have to do is enter your desired reservation information into the MouseDining reservation finder, and you can be alerted via email and or text the second that it's available. So it honestly does not get better than that. If you love going to Disney, if this is your first time going to Disney or you're a repeat Disney fan, which I'm slowly turning into, this is perfect for you. So MouseDining does offer monthly and annual plans, making it perfect for those who go once a year, or if you're even an annual pass holder, you can definitely access it as many times as you want or as little as you want. They actually were so sweet and they gave me a code code to share with you guys, and the code I will have right here. It is NicoleAnn5, and this code is to get $5 off the plan of your choice. MouseDining is super affordable, and when it comes to Disney World, you definitely want to plan wisely, and MouseDining just makes it so much easier for you to do so and just have the best possible vacation. So the code is only valid until September 30th, so definitely go ahead, use it if you do have any trips planned. I know so many people love going there for the fall, the winter, pretty much any time of the year. I would personally love to go during Halloween or Christmas. I think that it would be the most magical time of the year. I loved it. I'm dying to go back. So yeah, I definitely urge you guys to go use that code, save yourself some money, and just have the best possible trip that you can. So thank you so much to MouseDining for sponsoring this portion of the video. But back to the itinerary now. So right when we got there, we thought about potentially eating breakfast. I do have a question mark beside it just because I wasn't sure, and in all honesty, we did not eat breakfast first thing just because the lines were already crazy. So first off, you enter and you're in Main Street. So I have a little like legend, if you will, on what all the colors mean. The purple is just the potential shops that you can go into. So in Main Street, there's the Emporium, there's some jewelers, so that's just like Pandora, and there's the Main Street Confectionery. I actually didn't even have time to go into the confectionery, so that is one reason why I really want to go back. I just want to properly shop around and look, because we definitely did prioritize the rides and everything like that. And then on the furthest column to the right, all of the pink stuff is food. So all of the pink is essentially just things that I personally am a fan of and would like to eat. So in each section, I just listed a few things. That way, if we got hungry in a certain section, we knew exactly what we could eat and where. And then with the app, you can also search up exact directions to it, because I know it's quite tough to kind of navigate your way around. And then everything with a great underline for the restaurants and food meant that there was indoor dining. So in case we were super hot and just needed some AC for a good half hour to an hour, I knew that these places had indoor dining and we could go there and just kind of refresh and collect ourselves. And then the yellow foods are foods that I personally prioritized. So these are just things that I really wanted to try. The churro I actually did not get to try, but I did try the cattail, I tried the cinnamon roll, I tried the Dole Whip. I didn't try the rest of them just because I was actually fuller than I thought. The portions are pretty big, I must say, so you definitely do get your money's worth food wise. Next, I plan to go to Tomorrowland. So you can essentially go either which way in Magic Kingdom, but we just wanted to kind of do it in a certain order. So in blue are the rides that Pat wanted to do, in pink are the rides that I wanted to do, in yellow are the rides that we both wanted to do, and then the orange are kind of just like a maybe if we have extra time, and then the red is neither of us really care for it, but if we have extra time that we just want to burn, why not? So in Tomorrowland, I just prioritized Space Mountain and Tron for Pat. So the second that we got there, we immediately went there. He went on those rides, and then I knew that I could go to the stores that I have in purple, so I just went to shop there. And then I also knew that I could have anything I wanted to eat there. I didn't really feel like eating that early in the morning because we did have a little bit of food at the hotel. I just didn't prioritize that at the moment. Right when he finished the two rides that I did not go on, we then went to the Speedway, and then we also prioritized the Tea Party, which we went on as well, and then we also went on the Buzz Lightyear, but we did not have time to go on the Transit Authority People Mover. It also just wasn't the biggest priority for us. We then went to Fantasyland, and in Fantasyland we did prioritize the Seven Dwarfs Mine for Pat. However, the line was so long, so Pat actually didn't even end up going on that ride just because it was, I want to say it was well over an hour, and we could have really spent that anywhere else, and that was just a ride for him. It wasn't really a ride for the two of us, although I was perfectly fine waiting for him because there were plenty of places that I could have visited, like the Fantasy Fair, the Big Top Souvenirs, and the 100 Acre Goods, which are all little stores that are just super simple. So I love my itinerary, I'm not gonna lie. But the rides that we did go on in Fantasyland were the Under the Sea ride. That one I love. We also went on the Winnie the Pooh ride. It was very underwhelming, very much for babies and young children. We did not go on the Barnstormer, and we did not go on Dumbo either. And then in Fantasyland, we actually did get the cattail from the Cheshire Cafe. It was pretty good. I wouldn't really get it again personally, but it was nice. I did like it. And then we also got the cinnamon roll from Gaston's Tavern, and we also got this like kind of like apple juice kind of cider thing. That one was good. I just didn't love it. Next, we ate lunch. The timestamps were kind of just like a general guesstimate on what I thought would be our sort of timeline, but I have no idea what time we actually ate lunch. And then after we kind of just regrouped and recharged in the AC, we then went to Liberty Square, and this was where we did the Peter Pan ride and the Haunted Mansion. The Peter Pan ride was super cool. Haunted Mansion took so long. I don't think I've ever been so hot in my entire life. It was definitely very cool. It was nice and chilly on the inside once you were in there. Would I I make that line again? No, but it was very nice and I'm still happy that we did it. However, we did not have time for the riverboat or the Prince Charming carousel, and the It's a Small World ride, I had no intentions to go on there, so that's why it's in red. It kind of just gives me the creepy vibes, but the outside of it looked really cute. I had no desire to go inside. And then in this section, there was one thing I really wish I did try, and that was the fruit waffle sandwich from Sleepy Hollow. And they also have Mickey shaped waffles and funnel cakes, so that just sounds so good. I really wish we did, but we just were not hungry when we thought we would be, which is the weirdest part. And you're not really prioritizing eating when there's so many things to do and it's our first time there and the lines are crazy, so we just had to prioritize certain things. Next, I'm pretty sure we ate a snack. I just don't know exactly what time, but I just allocated some time just to be like, hey, are you hungry? And I was also vlogging the whole experience, so if you guys do want to look at my Magic Kingdom day and our Animal Kingdom day, I will have those linked below. We had the best time ever. We were exhausted though. And then next up we went to Frontierland. So here Patrick did the Thunder Mountain ride and we did not do the Tom Sawyer Island. That one just kind of looked okay to us, but if we were to go back, I think we would do that. And then finally Adventureland. This one was really cool. We did the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. That one was very neat. I really like how much detail they put into quite literally everything. There's also the Jungle Cruise and the Swiss Family Treehouse. We just did not have time to go on either of those. And then there's also the Magic Carpets of Aladdin, but I'm not the biggest height person or anything, so when it comes to rides like that, not my cup of tea, not the biggest fan. And I actually didn't have any Dole Whip in Magic Kingdom. I got that in Animal Kingdom, which we'll be getting to in just a second. I really wish we did have time to do the Magic Kingdom Railroad. There are stops to pick you up in Main Street, in Fantasyland, and in Frontierland, and the railroad runs from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. at least when we were there. And then like I said, we unfortunately had a super early dinner. This was in the Be Our Guest restaurant, which is essentially the Beast Castle from Beauty and the Beast. It was a stunning place, delicious food, but just incredibly early. Neither of us really wanted to eat at 4:25. However, if I knew about MouseDining before then, I 1000% would have booked with them, just because we would have preferred a dinner at, like, let's say 6 o'clock, and then right after dinner we can just relax, do a couple things, and then go home to our hotel. But because it was so early, it did kind of shorten our day, if you will. At least now I'm working with MouseDining, so that is one of the main reasons why Pat and I really want to go back to Disney, just to try out MouseDining and then just share with you guys the entire experience again, because we loved it. And then after dinner, I just allocated some time to shop and buy some souvenirs. However, in Magic Kingdom, I really did not find like anything at all. I really thought I would find like really cute stuff, but that just wasn't the case. And it was also super expensive. However, I did get my Stitch stuffed animal. So I got my Stitch from Magic Kingdom, I think. At least I went in there wanting my one stuffed animal and I got him, so I'm super happy about that. Ideally, we would have loved to stay for the Happily Ever After fireworks, but because our dinner was so early, we just were in a food coma and we were tired and just wanted to go back to the hotel, so we didn't stay for that. However, the fireworks are at 9:20 p.m. and they last for 18 minutes and it is on Main Street. Next time we will for sure stay for the fireworks. And so after our super early dinner, we just took an Uber to the premium outlets to go to the Disney Character Warehouse, and the Disney Character Warehouse was okay. We found a few souvenirs there. It was just a lot smaller than I thought, and it was more so older, more niche items that I personally wasn't expecting. I was expecting more so like Disney items, like everything Mickey, the quintessential thing that you think of when you think of Disney, but they still have very cool stuff. So if you do want to check that out, by all means. So essentially that was our first day in Magic Kingdom and we loved it. We were super tired. We were also so excited for the following day, which was also our favorite day, which was Animal Kingdom. So our Animal Kingdom itinerary, I will have it right here again. So for Animal Kingdom as well, we just weren't sure if we were going to eat breakfast there or not first thing in the morning. We kind of just waited a little bit, but right when we got there, we entered through the Oasis and we just walked through, looked at all the animals. It was so beautiful. I must say the trees in the Animal Kingdom made it so much more bearable in terms of the weather. It was very hot, humid in Magic Kingdom, but Animal Kingdom just helped out so much with the trees by just keeping the air cooler, and you also had a lot more shade with the trees, which is always a plus. And then we went to Discovery Island, so that one you just essentially walk through it. And initially we were going to go to Pandora first, just because we were going to start off clockwise. So in the corner I have left, go clockwise. So we were going to do it in this sort of order, but we actually ended up going to Dinoland first just because we got Genie Plus, and the dinosaur ride was the shortest amount of time, so we were like, why not? We'll knock it right off. Went to go do Dinosaur. It was my favorite ride out of Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom. It was fantastic. We actually rode that twice. And then within Dinoland, there's Triceratops Spin, the Boneyard, and Donald's Dino Bash, where you can essentially meet and greet Donald Duck and everyone like that. You have tons and tons of shops in Animal Kingdom. I did prefer the shopping in Animal Kingdom 1,000 times more than Magic Kingdom. I just feel like they had more cute stuff, if you will. In Dinoland, they do have a Haagen-Dazs ice cream, which I really wanted, but unfortunately we just were too full and we didn't have time to get it. But if you do want to follow that kind of clockwise order, from Pandora, you can ride the Avatar Flight of Passage and the Navi River Journey. Avatar Flight of Passage was incredibly cool. I did have to close my eyes for a good chunk of it just because I got a little bit scared, just because you're like going up and down, and I know it's like a fake ride, but they make it look so realistic that I did get a little bit spooked. Could not recommend it enough. The wait, I want to say it was probably 45 minutes, although on the Genie Plus it said that it was going to be well over like an hour and a half, so I wouldn't really go by that. It went a lot faster. The Navi River Journey ride was also super cool, so those are the two rides Pat and I really prioritized. Within Pandora, we got the Night Blossom drink from Pongu Pongu. That one was actually really good and refreshing. I wasn't the biggest fan of the popping boba, but it was delicious and I would definitely get that again. And then from Pandora, you can go straight to Africa. So Africa is actually where we had dinner, so I'll get to that in just a second. But within Africa, they have the Kilimanjaro safaris. That was the coolest thing. We saw every single animal, and the one thing I recommend to you guys is to go first thing in the morning. That way you guys can see all of the animals when it's still cool outside and they're not too tired, just because I heard later in the afternoon when it gets super hot, they're just hiding and so you don't really see them. But we saw every single animal, which I am so grateful for. They also have the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. They also have the Wildlife Express train, and then they also have Festival of the Lion King, which is 30 minutes, which we did do, but we did it later in the day, just when we got super hot and tired and just needed some time to burn before our dinner. Once again, they have so many little shops and their shops are the cutest things. I love them. Next is Asia. So within Asia, we went to the Cali River Rapids, and then Pat did Expedition Everest. So the Cali River Rapids ride was so much fun, probably my second favorite ride. I was a little bit scared again, but it was so nice and refreshing. You definitely get completely soaked. We were drenched from head to toe. And then within Asia, they do have shaved ice. I did not try it, but I want to go back and try that next time. And then if you are of age to drink, the one drink that really stood out to me that I really wanted to try was the Kumbu Ice Fall. It's $14 and there's alcohol in there, but a alcohol-free drink would be the Pink Lotus. That one looked delicious as well. And then in Animal Kingdom, we actually went to Starbucks for breakfast and we just got a cake pop. It was like a bumblebee cake pop, super cute, super delicious. And then we also got the Mickey Mouse shaped cinnamon bun, which I didn't think I would love. I loved it though. It was fantastic. I prefer that so many times over the Gaston's Tavern cinnamon roll. It just was so soft, so warm, delicious. You need to try that one. And then a little bit later, we then had a very early dinner reservation once again at Tusker House Restaurant for 4:45 p.m. So because it was so early, we were incredibly full, and this is an all-you-can-eat buffet, so I wouldn't say we got our money's worth in terms of that. But if we had booked through MouseDining, we would have definitely chosen like a 6:30 p.m. dinner or maybe even later. And then finally we went to Discovery Island, and this is where we saw the show It's Tough to Be a Bug. It was more tailored towards younger children, so we did leave kind of early just because it wasn't really our cup of tea, and we instead wanted to see the Festival of the Lion King, which we loved. That was super cool, so I highly recommend Festival of the Lion King. It's about 30 minutes and that took us right up until our dinner. And then in Discovery Island, you can see the Tree of Life, which is stunning. And then the Discovery Island trails, they also have some shops here. And our lunch, we actually ate in Discovery Island. We went to the Flame Tree Barbecue and we got the baked mac and cheese with pork. That was phenomenal. It also comes with some onion rings on there and some coleslaw. It's divine. I love it. One place I would have loved to try as well was Pizzafari. They have pizza, they have breadsticks, they have mac and cheese, they have Blue Lagoon lemonade, and then another one I really wanted to try was the Tiger Tail chocolate twist from Isle of Java. It seems very similar to the Cheshire cat tail, but just like a tiger tail, and I think it's just so cute. And they also have churros there, which I should have tried. And then finally we went back to the Oasis just because that is where you essentially enter in and out to anywhere and everywhere throughout the park. And within the Oasis, they actually have the Rainforest Cafe, which I really wanted to go to, but Patrick, I completely understood him, but he said, we have Rainforest Cafe at home. Why would we go to Rainforest Cafe in Disney when there's so many other places that we can try that we've never been to? So I agree, and that's why we went elsewhere, but I am a sucker for the Rainforest Cafe. And then I want to say we ended up going back to the hotel around 6 or 7 o'clock. It did rain on this day too, right around the time that we had dinner, pouring for a good second on both days, but it wasn't horrible. Always bring a poncho to Disney. Never go without a poncho unless you want to be soaked. But overall, we got incredibly lucky with the weather. Essentially, we just went back to our hotel, packed, and got a good night's sleep before we went home the following morning. So it was an incredibly quick trip, but that about wraps up both our Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom itineraries. I spent so much time and effort planning them, but it was so much fun, and I definitely could have had so much stress alleviated and just taken off my shoulders if I had booked with MouseDining, but I just was not aware of them. So I am telling you guys, check out MouseDining. You honestly lose nothing just checking it out. If you have a trip coming up, it's stress-free, and I've also seen some videos since they reached out of other people saying that they love MouseDining and that they made it so simple. So I figured, why not share with you guys? I mean, honestly, who doesn't love Disney? I really do hope this video helped you guys. Thank you so much to MouseDining for sponsoring this video and also allowing me to share my discount code with everyone. I really hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and if you are going to Disney anytime soon or planning on it, I hope you have the most magical time. You will love it, and I hope my itinerary at least helped a little bit, and MouseDining can definitely cover the rest for your dining reservations, whether that be breakfast, lunch, or dinner. If you guys enjoyed, please don't forget to give it a big ol' thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.
You're looking for a girl that'll treat you right. You're looking for in the daytime with a light.
You might be the type if I play my cards right. I'll find out by the end of the night.
You expect me to just let you hit it, but will you still respect me if you get it?
All I can do is try, give me one chance.